So this guy convinced a famous actress to become his personal slave, and he did it all through a secret group that looked like a regular self-help seminar. It all starts with this one dude, Keith. And Keith is telling everyone he's the smartest man on the planet, a literal super genius with a 240 IQ. A problem solver for humanity. And the wild part is people believe him. Rich people, famous people. He starts this company in the 90s, calls it NXIVM. He sells it as this ultimate tool for self-improvement, an executive success program for high achievers. He sets up shop in Albany, New York, of all places, and the elite just start pouring in, including heiresses to one of the biggest liquor fortunes in the world. We're talking Hollywood actors, famous directors, children of politicians. They all want in on what Keith is selling. He promises them he can unlock their full potential, cure their deepest fears, make them into gods among men, and they eat it up. So the whole thing is set up like a pyramid, a classic multi-level marketing scheme. You pay maybe $5,000 for a 5-day intensive to learn his philosophies. Then you get a colored sash to wear, like a karate belt. You start as a nobody with a white sash, but the only way to level up, to get that next level knowledge, is to recruit more people. Your friends, your family, your business partners. Every person you bring in gets you points. Every expensive new course you buy gets you closer to the next sash. Yellow, then orange, then green. It's this twisted game of status, and at every level, they're drilling Keith's ideology deeper and deeper into your head. They break you down. They find your deepest insecurities, your personal traumas, and they use every single one of them against you. They tell you that all of your problems are your own fault, and that only Keith's special tech can possibly fix you. You're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get a new colored sash and the approval of a guy who calls himself Vanguard. He's a ghost in the system. Most members have never even met him, but they worship him. They talk about him like he's a living god. For years, it just grows. A whole community springs up in Albany. They all live near each other, work together, and socialize together. They are all inside the NXIVM bubble, and Keith is at the center of it all, pulling every single string. Now, this is where it gets dark. After years of running this self-help empire, Keith decides he needs more control, especially over the women. He creates a new secret group inside of NXIVM. He calls it DOS, an acronym for a Latin phrase that means Master over Companion Women. But he sells it to the women as a secret sisterhood, an underground feminist society designed to build character and make them into badasses. Getting an invite is the ultimate honor. It means you are one of the chosen ones, one of Keith's personal favorites. But there's a catch, a huge one. To get into this secret club, you have to provide collateral. Think about the worst thing someone could have on you. That's what he wants. He says it's a way to prove your commitment. But it's not. It's pure blackmail from the start. Women are handing over nude photos and signing false confessions to horrible crimes. They're making videos smearing their own families, giving him deeds to their homes, access to their bank accounts, anything that could destroy their lives. They're trapped before they even know what they're in for. Once he has their collateral, the game changes completely. Every woman in DOS is now a slave, and each slave has a master, who is another woman higher up in the pyramid. And all the masters report up the chain of command. And at the very, very top of that pyramid, the one who owns everyone, it's Keith. He is the grandmaster. His slaves have to do whatever he says. He controls what they eat, forcing them onto starvation diets of 500 calories a day because he likes his women thin. He controls when they sleep and who they're allowed to talk to. They have to reply to his texts within 60 seconds, 24 hours a day. If they fail, they get punished. They have to do penance, like taking ice-cold showers or doing planks until they physically collapse. He's grooming them to be his personal harem, a roster of women who are ready to serve his every need, no questions asked. And one of these women is a famous TV actress from the show Smallville who becomes one of his top recruiters. She's bringing other actresses into the fold, using her own fame to legitimize the entire nightmare. Then comes the final, most depraved step, the branding. After a slave has proven her loyalty, she gets a message, "You're ready," and is told to show up at a house. When she gets there, she's led into a room with other women. She's told to take off her clothes and get on a table. And then her sisters, her friends, hold her down. Another woman takes out a cauterizing pen. It's a surgical tool that uses heat to burn through flesh. And while the others hold her down, this woman carves a symbol into her skin. A 2-inch design right near her pelvis. No anesthetic, no numbing cream. Just the smell of burning skin and the sound of screaming. They tell them it's a symbol for the elements, a badge of honor. But it's a lie. A sick, twisted secret. Someone later looks at the design closely and realizes what it is. It's his initials. K.R. Keith Raniere. He is literally branding women like cattle, marking them as his personal property. For a while, no one breaks. The blackmail is too strong, the brainwashing too deep, but eventually one woman can't take it anymore. She goes through the branding ceremony, feels the pen burn into her skin, and something inside her just snaps. She sees the cult for exactly what it is, a complete horror show, and she gets out. She runs. But she doesn't just disappear. She goes straight to the New York Times, and she tells them absolutely everything. She reveals the secret group, the masters and slaves, the collateral, the branding, and boom. The story drops and the world explodes. The whole damn thing goes public, and the reality is more insane than anyone could have possibly imagined. Keith freaks the hell out. His perfect world is crumbling. He grabs his most loyal followers and he flees the country. He runs to Mexico, hiding out in a $50,000 a month luxury villa in Puerto Vallarta. He thinks he's untouchable. He's living it up, still surrounded by his slaves, still thinking he's the smartest man in the world who just outplayed everyone. But the FBI is now on the case. And they are not playing games. They are tracking his every single move. While he's sipping drinks by the pool, they're closing in. They coordinate with the Mexican Federal Police for a raid. And one morning at dawn, there's a loud bang. They storm the villa. It's absolute chaos. His goons are trying to run, and then they find him. Not Vanguard, the all-powerful genius. Just a scared 57-year-old man in a T-shirt and track pants. They drag him out of the villa. The pictures go viral instantly. The God King of NXIVM in cuffs. It is over. He's extradited back to the U.S., and the charges start piling up. It's a whole list of horrors. Racketeering, sex trafficking, forced labor conspiracy, wire fraud. The trial is a circus with his former slaves lining up to testify against him. The evidence is overwhelming. The collateral, the text messages, the testimony. It paints a picture so dark and manipulative, it's hard to believe it's real. And the final judgment comes down. The court finds him guilty on all counts. Keith Raniere is sentenced to 120 years in federal prison, a lifetime. The puppet master finally cut from his own strings, locked in a cage for the rest of his life.